Hi, welcome back to another Conversations. My name is Candie Zenon. I'm an author and a life improvement coach for single mompreneurs. Where I help single mompreneurs create personal transformation for themselves and finding the money to fund the vision for their future and changing the legacy for their children. This is Candie Zenon Conversations, and I welcome you all this evening. And we are here with our guest, Rachel Marie. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi, thank you.
Yes, she is the author of Manifestations Chose Me, and I am excited to have her again on Conversations. Rachel, I thank you for sharing with us tonight my love letter to be the power of scripting. And to recap, you're saying number one, make intentions around love. Number two, give your heart its own identity. Number three, always commit to humility and commitment around love.
If you feel like you like love letters, like you want to write love letters, there are
Mhm,
three things that I recommend you could write that I recommend writing love letters to. That one is to ourselves, how
mhm.
much you love yourself and why. That could
Okay,
be a never-ending love letter.
okay.
That's something you can think of a new reason to love yourself every day. There are thousands of words in the English language for different emotions, you
Mhm,
know? And if you can't think of why you love yourself, think of how you'd want to love yourself and write about that.
mhm,
The second one is a loved one or the Lord. So
mhm,
someone that you love with all your heart or God, and you never have to send this letter, but don't just write that you love them, but write why.
mhm,
Dig. And the third one would be to a mentor or a coach or the first person. Mine would be Wayne Dyer, he's passed away, but the first person that inspired you to create a better you,
Wow.
and those are the three most helpful love letters that you could write would be the Lord, your creator, or someone who inspires you really really highly, that first person that made that huge difference in your life. And it could be around anything you love. If you love sports, it could be that first time you saw Michael Jordan, or that first sports team, or why you think that why you think basketball will never be the same because the Chicago Bulls 1996 team, or I mean, it can
Mhm,
get it. It's really the act of doing it. It's the what did I call it? The point of contact. That because demons have a point of contact where they can get in there, and you tend to know that when that is.
mhm,
When not to sin, and whether you choose to
mhm,
sin or not is beside the point. But you always have that inside feeling. And then the point of contact when you want a miracle to happen.
mhm.
God wants to see you take that one step so that he can take those 99. And that's that point of contact. I just personally like to do it with pen to paper. And the faith to move mountains is the reward of those who have moved little hills.
Wow. Now, is there a specific duration that we write these love letters? Is this a daily practice, or is this like a 5 day challenge, 7 day challenge, a month challenge, 30-day challenge? Or is this just a daily practice like we do our prayers, we write our love letters?
You want to do them before you meditate. Like, so you set your intention around your primordial being, like your newborn baby.
Hmm.
I call it 1 day old tiny baby. All my kids have been my 1 day old tiny baby. That's
Hmm.
when you love them. Like, I wouldn't say the most, but that's when your love is the brightest. You can see
Hmm.
your love for your child the most in that first moment you look into their eyes.
Hmm.
So so maybe you're a person that only meditates once a week. If that's all you feel that you need, do it before you meditate, or do it if you pray every morning. um do it when you feel called. Ask God when, and or especially when you're going through a hard time. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, do it. we make mistakes like when we're going through grief of wanting to fill our time when humans need to go inside during that time. And if you're in a position where you're like, you have to deal with wills, you have to deal with arrangements, you have to deal with everything from flowers to money that you don't know where it's going to come from. Maybe if you have to bury someone unexpectedly or what have you, and you have so much stuff to do, that's the most important time to take time for your heart, go inside and do your scripting. I mean, it's different for everyone. And you can go on like Deepak Chopra, he'll 21 days to abundance, and there's everything. There's all the opportunities you can find online. Like there's 100 scriptures on self-love at the tip of your fingers on Google. If you're not a person that likes to write, don't hesitate to read, or don't hesitate to put on a YouTube video.
That's a great tidbit. Yes, yes.
Because not everyone likes the scripting part of it, but if you don't want to go into it so much, take a little card, put it behind your card that you use every time you make a transaction. Here it's Dutch Bros, because that's our coffee shop that don't take cash. They won't take cash. So every time you pull out your money to get a coffee at Dutch Bros, you pull out that little card too. And it's there, it's in your own handwriting, and it's a good reminder.
I love it. So here on, I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, here on ConverSAGEtions, we love to ask, what is the one thing that you live by? So based on this lesson that you learned in your life, what is the one thing that you live by based on the topics that you taught us today?
So I would say love is a spiritual gift that God has given me, and I embrace it. I embrace the power that I have to give love in every transaction, in every encounter. And the hardest ones would be with my close family. My intention is to embrace love every moment, and just I live by using my negative times and my guilt and the things that I feel like I wish I wouldn't have said to propel me to become a better person, rather than to turn me into more of a negative person. Like, well, darn, I just got onto him for accidentally leaving their Chromebook at school, and now I have to get up in the morning at 8 and go and get it, and now all of a sudden I'm negative and I'm feeling low. But I instead of taking that moment to wallow in it and realize think I have the opportunity to help my child to see the teacher for a few minutes, to let them know that I care enough to go pick that up for them and to grow. So I think growth is my main keyword for the year, commitment and growth. And it's really the motivation behind why I love to teach this, and kind of my motivation behind how I live is to grow and to not be too hard on myself. Love myself anyway. So love yourself through it. Love yourself through it.
Love yourself anyway. Love yourself through it. And so, like we say here on ConverSAGEtions, based on the information that you've given us, and on this particular topic, what is the one thing that you want us to take away from it to live life better?
Grow your heart's identity into a healthy, productive piece of you, into its own healthy, productive, and charming. Just teach your heart to treat you the way you would want to be treated. You can actually teach your heart that. If you think of it as, they say that your body, they're finding new different, what is it, in your brain, they're finding that each part of your body has its own little brain, But yeah, so to think of your heart as something that, with nourishment and love and water or what have you, anointment, that it will grow. And you have to have the faith that just because you can't see the change in yourself now doesn't mean that you won't be able to look back on it and see it. The more that you approach yourself in this sort of impersonal way.
That is beautiful. Well, I want to say, if I haven't said it before, thank you, Rachel Marie, for sharing with us today. And I want to thank you, the Sage audience, for joining us once again for another Conversations and sharing your Sunday evening with us. My name is Candie Zenon. I'm an author and a life improvement coach. And to learn more about my platform, please visit candiezenon.com. And Rachel Marie, we can find you on Facebook at
Manifestation Sanctuary is my
okay,
group. It's a private group. Just ask for, just join the group and I'll let you in.
okay,
And manifestationsanctuary.com is my blog, and it's very, very new. I'm just starting it.
okay,
Also, Manifestation Chose Me if you PM me on Facebook, or even if you just leave a comment on my blog. If you're not a Facebook person, that's fine as well. I can get you the link to purchase Manifestation Chose Me, and it's also a purpose workbook. So it has questions at the end of some chapters that can help you identify your purpose.
I love it. I love it. And all that information will be down below in the description box. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like it if you're on Facebook, and share it. And let's get more people loving themselves and practicing self-love so they have more love to give. Once again, this is Candie Zenon, and I hope I help you love through it, learn from it, and live after it. Until we meet again, enjoy your weekend.
Hey, single moms, are you in need of encouragement? I recommend you run out today and buy Hope for a Rainy Day, written by renowned author Candie Zenon. Here's why.
Hi, this is Candie Zenon, author of Hope for a Rainy Day. I wrote this book in support of single mothers that are lacking hope, feeling anxiety, fear, stress, and worry. I know all too well, the longer God takes to answer your prayers, the less you desire to pray. Then pain starts to silence your prayers. Your tears stop flowing and you start to become your pain. Trial after trial makes you lose hope. But I want to encourage you to hold on to your confidence in God. It will be rewarded.
Hope for a Rainy Day helps you to journey back to the place where you lost your hope and help you hope again. Learn how through your purchase of Hope for a Rainy Day, written by Candie Zenon. Go to candiezenon.com and order your book today.